On the outside, everything looked very typical for me, but all of that quickly deteriorated once I found drugs and alcohol. And even though on the outside things looked very normal, on the inside I was like screaming for help.
And I turned to alcohol thinking, I'll just do this as a social thing or maybe a way to cope a little bit, but life progressed pretty quickly and so did my addiction, and before I knew it, my drinking escalated to the point where I was drinking all day.
I was burning my life down every morning before I even left the house. It had to be an incredibly frustrating thing for the people that love me.
Mine progressed slowly. Like, I used and drank successfully for years, for decades, until I hit 40 and the back issues started and the pills.
I ended up laying flatlined on a hospital operating table, and somehow the surgeons brought me back to life. They finally said, this has you gotta do this. You gotta seek help, you've gotta seek treatment.
I had one phone call with Caron before I went, and it was a great conversation, and they made me feel very just warm, and like a warm greeting, and I could almost feel like the hug through the phone. It was really, really interesting.
Caron helped me figure out why I kept relapsing, and we really focused on why. Like, what are your triggers? Why do you keep relapsing? What do you need to change?
The first time that I had any glimpse of surrender is when I sat with the men that I was in treatment with at night, and I declared myself to be an alcoholic. And it was cathartic and not shameful.
So to be surrounded by other people, other alcoholics and addicts that understood how I thought and what I felt, I mean, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have had the courage to keep going.
I was at this place where I was vulnerable and felt very safe enough to come out, and I identify as transgender now. And I vowed before I went to Caron that I was gonna die with that secret. Not only did they help me with that, they are the reason I did that. I was only met with more love and acceptance.
Life is more meaningful and precious, and every moment, like, I just savor, I take in more. I'm more aware of the beauty of life.
Every single one of the professionals at Caron were there to help you recover. Caron gave me the foundation to get there.
I thought my son deserved a better mom, a healthier mom, and by the time I left Caron, I realized that I deserved a better me. He wrote my Mother's Day card this year, "Thank you for changing your life for me." He deserves a good mom, and I get to be that today because of Caron.